Hello Mahalo, this is Mr. Preston Sammy here, bringing you another gameplay commentary. And let's start with the question of the week. And this week's question is, would you rather have sex with 4 Victoria's Secret models and never be able to tell anyone? Or would you rather spend the night alone with 4 Victoria's Secret models and do nothing but talk and have everyone think that you slept with them? I'd love to hear your answers in the comment section, and if you have a suggestion for next week, I would love to hear that as well. So, the topic for today's commentary is video gaming a worthwhile hobby? Will we look back in 15 years time and think that all those hours we spent gaming was worth it? Or will we look back and think that we completely wasted a large portion of our lives? Just to explicate how large some of that portion is, the average gamer will spend 300 hours a year playing games. That's upwards of 1.5 years of your life in the average gamer's life. And that also equates to 5 billion hours a week globally that people spend playing games. So I guess to look at this issue, we really need to nut out the advantages and the disadvantages that make up gaming. I think we'll start with the advantages, just to start happily. So, I think the first real advantage of gaming is that you get to feel good about yourself. Many games, all games, you're trying, except maybe Minecraft, you're trying to accomplish something. I remember the first time that I bought a full rune set in RuneCraft. RuneScape, moreover. I remember the first time I found a Daedric artifact in Skyrim. I remember the time that I 100% finished Peggle. These are all things that have brought short-term and medium-term, happiness to me. And it's increased my self-worth. There are many people in the world who feel shit about themselves. There's absolutely nothing in their life that they feel happy about, and gaming is something that they can feel happy about. There's something that they think they're good at, or they are good at, something that they look forward to doing, and for some people this is a real godsend. Some people never find this, and the people who do find this are really, really grateful. Also, I think we'll all agree that gaming definitely decreases stress. Although it can increase stress, but I think predominantly it decreases stress. You're able to just relax, kill some shit, or play whatever games you want to play, and just have fun. In terms of children and their development, it has been scientifically proven that gaming, particularly FPS gaming, does improve hand-eye coordination, because you need to, typically move a mouse or move a joystick or your controller in time with the screen that you're looking at. And this is scientifically proven to increase hand-eye coordination. Also, you're able to increase your strategic thinking and logical thinking, because you're put in fake situations where you have to think logically to be able to achieve your goal. For example, if you're playing COD, you're not going to run headlong into a firefight. You're going to have to think logically about where you want to position yourself so that you can take as many people out as possible. And this has been proven to actually transfer into real life situations, and actually people who play games are better able to evaluate situations and to be able to plan logically. Also, there's scientific evidence that proves that gaming contributes to learning. There are some games, I'm trying to think of it. I played this DS game where you had to solve mathematical equations and spell words and such, and I really enjoyed it. It was learning put in a context that's accessible to everyone, or not to everyone, and it's also enjoyable. I think another really big aspect of gaming that is advantageous is the social interaction that you can gain from gaming. For example, in my days of playing games, I've met a wide array of people that I wouldn't normally have ever met. And I think in a globally connected world, this is very, very important, because it's given me an appreciation for how other people who aren't even, aren't even westernized, people who live in Eastern cultures, Asian cultures, how those people actually behave in, in a situation. Although there are lots of advantages, I think we have to note a few disadvantages. Here I think I'm going to make the distinction between a casual gamer and an obsessive gamer. I personally feel that a casual gamer would be perhaps someone who spends, I'm not going to put a number on it, but someone who doesn't spend a whole heap of time gaming. Whereas an obsessive gamer is someone who does essentially nothing but game and think about gaming. In terms of casual gaming, I really don't think there are that many disadvantages. Perhaps if you sit wrong there might be some postural issues related, but nothing major. But obsessive gamers on the other hand can have huge negative effects from gaming. Firstly, you can be detached from real life. I'm gonna give personal examples here. Back when I was, 13 to 15, I think I played close to 60 days of RuneScape. And this was massive. I would wake up in the morning at, 4 o'clock my time and just get on to play RuneScape for a couple hours before school. I would come home and jump on RuneScape at 4 o'clock and wouldn't stop playing until 10 o'clock. I was spending huge amount of time playing RuneScape. And even when I wasn't playing, I would be at school thinking about playing RuneScape. And when you get to this kind of level of obsession, you start to detach yourself from real life. And this really isn't a very positive thing. Some things that can be affected are you can perform poorly at school, or if you're an adult or a teenager, perform poorly at work. You can start to form some antisocial behaviour patterns. For example, there is a time in my life where I would have preferred to be at home playing games as opposed to going out with my friends. And I'm not talking about, perhaps 1 or 2 times or once a week where I'd say, no, I'm busy to my mates. This would be every single time they wanted to do something, I would always be busy just playing games. Also, there was a time where I would rather be playing games than seeing my girlfriend and getting laid. When you put gaming above sex, I think then you possibly have something wrong. A lot of people focus on the kind of negative implications on children, but we mustn't forget that there are a huge number of adults who are also addicted to games. And in my opinion, the fallout from adults playing games, being addicted to games, is probably even larger than children. For example, if you've got a mother or a father who are absolutely addicted to games, they're going to neglect their duties as a parent. I was actually listening to a radio interview a couple of days ago, and there was this one married couple in Japan, no, South Korea, who was so obsessed with this particular game that they absolutely forgot their newborn child, who was about 3 months old, and let her starve to death while, I don't even know what game they were playing, some, Korean game, but they were playing this game and their child just starved to death because they couldn't give 2 shits. When it gets to this kind of level, it can have a huge effect on families and society as well. So, when are we trying to weigh these advantages and disadvantages up together? I think we'd all agree that when sorry about that, guys. When gaming is in moderation, it is a good thing. There are hardly any drawbacks. But when you start to become obsessed with gaming, then the real drawbacks start to occur. As I've explicated. So, I would love to hear your opinion on the issue. Leave a comment or message me about your opinion if you think there's something you don't agree with that I've said. If there's something that you think I've missed that's, extremely relevant. Let's have a discussion about it. So, if you've enjoyed this commentary, please subscribe to the MahaloNetwork, or subscribe to me as well, and please, answer the question of the week. Don't forget that either. So, as always, have a nice day.